Today, on Be Something Wonderful, how to stay in the manifesting state of wish fulfilled. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, good morning and welcome back to the studios of Be Something Wonderful. Powerful video for you today. I want to start with a subscriber's comment on one of our recent videos. I think it was on one of the short videos. And a powerful statement and clarification of what it means to be and stay and maintain a state of wish fulfilled. This is what the subscriber says. I'm very pleased when loads of things I wanted for a while now just came all at once. He's talking about the things that he's been wanting and desiring to manifest. And how did that happen? Well, this is what he describes. He says, this is what he was affirming. He said, I was affirming, I don't need anything. I don't want anything. And he says, you automatically assume you're already fulfilled, and it releases attachment. Beautiful understanding. This idea that he moved to this unattached state of wish fulfilled. In other words, the natural state of fulfillment, the vertical, that I am all things. I don't need anything. I don't even want anything. I'm just going to choose what part of the fulfillment that I am that I want to experience now as my physical experience. Do you see it? Do you see how well that he describes the paradox here, the wanting, not wanting paradox? He says, very pleased when loads of things I wanted for a while now just came all at once. How? By affirming, I don't need anything. I don't want anything. And he goes, you automatically assume you're already fulfilled. And it releases attachment. So instead of wanting it, he's choosing it now. Those things that he was choosing for a while, right, are now all falling in place. That's powerful. It reminded me of the ancients when I talk about the open secret. The ancients talk about the open secret, that reality and fulfillment is hiding in plain sight. In other words, you are that fulfillment. Everything you want unfolds naturally from within you. Powerful. It's like the story where Jesus healed the centurion's servant. And the centurion said to Jesus, I'm not worthy for you to come under my roof, but just say the word and my servant will be healed. In other words, I will be whole, I will be healed, I will be complete. Just saying the word I am, because it's already there. It releases any attachment. The I am, your I am awareness doesn't need anything or want anything. It is everything. Attachment means I cannot be fulfilled unless some condition is met. Right? It puts fulfillment out there in some objective reality that does not exist, that's not there. Fulfillment's within you. This is powerful. And I wanted to show you this, right? This subscriber is in the vertical, where the true emotion of feeling, the true emotion of source energy, or the feeling of fulfillment as source. It's a conviction, it's a knowing, it's a choosing. I don't need anything. I don't want anything. I assume everything. I assume everything I want. From that center of the divine mind, from the center of fulfillment, I choose it. Right? As opposed to swinging on the vertical from the small me, from the me that feels separated from who I am, who I really am, for everything that I want. We swing in that pendulum, right, between I really want it, I need it, what you might call positive attachment, trying to hang on to and stay in the 3D objective feeling experience of wish fulfilled, right? That temporary thought and feeling of fulfillment. We're trying to hang on that. And then we get exhausted and we swing back to, well, I doubt it. And we start fearing non-fulfillment, right? That's what you would call negative attachment, right? Still the small me. Either way, positive attachment and negative attachment, you're attached and you're feeling separate from who you really are. You're feeling separate from the fulfillment that you are. On the negative side here, you're trying to resolve and get rid of that negative feeling of non-fulfillment. You're trying to resolve it by deciding, okay, I'm going to try to give up. I don't want it anymore. But you can't give up what you want. You want what you want. You desire what you desire because you're source. right? Source energy is all desire, is that innate desire to know yourself as source, to know yourself as fulfillment, to know yourself experientially in the 3D world experience. That's what this is all about. And you do that by the vertical, by knowing that you don't need anything, that you don't want anything, that you choose it. That's powerful. So let's continue this. Stop trying to prove the law and be still and know that you are the law. This came up in a session yesterday. This client said, Tom, I was always trying to prove it. Prove that the law of assumption works. Prove that Neville Goddard's teachings are true. I'm trying to prove to myself that it's not a scam, right? He goes, it's really interesting. He goes, I didn't realize that that's how I look at life, trying to prove that I'm not being cheated or being scammed. And he has a small business where he talked about over the 3-month period, 2 different employees he said stole money from him. He created that because that's how he was looking at life. Right? He's now not looking at it like that. He's like that subscriber. He's looking at it as from the vertical, that I'm fulfillment, that I get to decide what I see. I get to decide what reality looks like, right? So stop trying to prove the law and be still and know that you are the law. He knows that he is reality, that he is fulfillment now, right? Like Jesus, and I talk about that scene in The Chosen, where Jesus is declaring that he is the Savior. And of course the Pharisees and the others are saying, if you do not renounce your words, right, those blasphemous words, we have no choice but to follow the law of Moses, right, where you're killed for that, right? But what does Jesus say? I am the law of Moses. In other words, stand in your knowing that you are fulfillment, that you are the law. Stop trying to prove it, right? The false prophets of Scripture are the deceptive thoughts, right, of lack, separation, and non-fulfillment. That's the metaphysical meaning of false prophets, right? It's deceptive thoughts of lack, of separation, non-fulfillment. It's the deceptive thought that I am not the person that I desire to be. It's the thought of I am not. Right? That's a false prophet, right? That you have to earn your way into the kingdom. That's the false prophet thoughts, right? You have to be deserving, false thought. You have to follow a power and a law that's outside of you, false thought. That this law rewards and punishes you. All that's a false understanding. That really, a lot of this came from that session yesterday. This client understanding that the law is you. You're the only one that decides what works and what doesn't. You are reality, and you're shifting and changing and manifesting in every moment. So it's not a question of what works or doesn't. It isn't who and what are you conscious of being? What do you believe? What do you assume? Very powerful. Those deceptive thoughts that there's a separate self that needs to be fixed, forgiven, and then blessed to be and have what you desire to be and have, right? That you or others have to be fixed or blessed or forgiven, right? It's the small me that looks for people and scams to blame and complain about for the law in their life not working out. They're blaming it, oh, my life's not working out, the law's not working, so it must be others. There must be someone to blame or something to complain about why this isn't working. Right? Selfish or self-centered on the small or deprived me. That's the 3D meaning of selfish or self-centered. But there's a greater meaning to those words, right? But when you're coming from the small me, that's what selfish or self-centered means. You're focused on being separate from reality, that you're separate from everything and everybody, right? That you're deprived, versus being truly self-centered or selfish by being focused on your higher self. That's the higher understanding of selfish, to be focused on self with a capital S, to be centered on self with a capital S, that higher you. Because when you focus on that, then you're saying, I'm not separate from anyone. I'm one with all other points of consciousness. So you lift everybody up. When you focus on yourself, on your ideal version of you, everybody is uplifted. Everybody is better. Everyone benefits from you centering on your beingness. That's the true meaning of self-centered. That you're one with life and not separate from anyone or anything. That's powerful. And in Scripture, in Matthew 7:15, even Jesus says, beware of false prophets who come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravenous wolves. But remember that those are the thoughts of separation. Those are the thoughts of lack. Those are the thoughts that you're separate from reality. That's the small me, right? Those are those thoughts of separation and non-fulfillment, that you got to earn your way, that you don't, that you got to deserve the kingdom. Remember, you're deserving by your right of birth, by you existing, and that you will always exist. You deserve the kingdom. You have to earn anything, right? It's you as the center of infinity, the center of the divine mind, not the me that feels outside of it. You see it? That me that's swinging on the pendulum back and forth from attachment to attachment, right? I need to fix myself. I need to fix others. I need to fix the world to enter the kingdom of heaven. To enter the kingdom of heaven, I've got to fix this little me. You're hanging out here versus not realizing that you're at the center of all of it. The kingdom's already yours. You don't have to earn it, deserve it. It's yours. Just declare, I am. Right? But what do we do? I am not worthy, or I'm not fulfilled. And this is what the experience we create. Right? This is reality, but that's the experience you create. But I don't deserve this. But I don't, and then we complain about this idea, but I don't deserve this non-fulfillment. I don't deserve these circumstances of my life. I deserve to have a better life. I deserve to have people treat me better. You create all of that. That you need to earn it, that others need to earn it, that you have to be deserving. This is big. No one can deprive you but yourself. The scam are those false thoughts, those deceptive thoughts. Those are the false prophets, right, of non-fulfillment and separation from who and what you desire to be. Wow, such a big session yesterday with that client, right? That's powerful. And remember when Jesus and the centurion meet, the centurion says to Jesus, Lord, I'm not worthy that you should come under my roof, but only speak a word or say the word, and my servant will be healed. In other words, remember, you play all the parts. The centurion, the I am awareness is Jesus, right? Thinking about your body as the servant or your 3D personality. You're whole or you're healed. You're complete and fulfilled in that word. Just say the word. Recognize that you're already that unity and love, right? I am not is that separate small me. That true meaning of being blasphemous or using God's name in vain is I am not. That's what it means to be blasphemous or using the God's name in vain, is declaring that I am not the person I desire to be, that I'm small and separate from everything and everybody else. That's what's blasphemous. Not declaring that I am. This is what A Course in Miracles says. God is not mocked, is not a warning, but a reassurance. God would be mocked if any of his creations lacked holiness or wholeness, right? God would be mocked if you weren't absolutely fulfilled and divine and complete right now. You're God's son. That would be mocking God. God doesn't make imperfect creations. And God made you, so you're perfect. Fulfillment is causeless and it's without conditions. And when you're still, fulfillment finds you. Stop chasing fulfillment. Stop trying to prove the law of assumption. Stop trying to chase things and be still, and fulfillment finds you because you are fulfillment. I am not is not a reality. That's powerful today. So you're always shifting identities and versions of you. In other words, you're always manifesting. It's not a question of manifesting doesn't work or I haven't manifested. When you say I haven't manifested, that's using the Lord's name in vain, right? That's impossible. You're always shifting identities. You're always creating. You're a creator. You were made in God's image as a creator. In every moment, every shift is a total and complete shift in identity. Do you see it? You're new, completely new, in a completely new reality in every moment. And the only reason why you're not seeing that is because you're believing or assuming that you haven't shifted, that you're not in that new reality. You're assuming and persisting in that I am not that person I desire to be yet. Right? You're in a completely new you in manifested reality in every moment of now. That's powerful. There's no path or time to wish fulfilled. There's no journey to fulfillment. So you're either telling the story of I am not, or you're just saying the word, I am, like the centurion, right? Just say the word and allowing, perceiving, and recognizing your fulfillment. That's already and always there. That's powerful. Stop chasing fulfillment. Stop chasing I am and be it. Be still and know you are already all those things. That's what that subscriber described in his comments on that video. He had that realization. I don't need anything. I don't want anything. I'm going to stand in that assumption. And he said it, that everything, things that he's been wanting for a while came all at once. That's what happens because you're in all realities. There's no journey to fulfillment. You're already there. Attachment means you get attached to the feeling of fulfillment, right? That 3D feeling or thought of fulfillment, right? But remember that those 3D feelings and thoughts are always changing, right? And the feeling of non-fulfillment, you swing to that. The idea that I'm not going to get what I want, right? You're believing in a source out there, but there's nothing out there. Those temporary thoughts and feelings exist or have their being within your awareness. True fulfillment is the knowing and conviction that you choose your reality and you accept that end and you stand in it. That's the true feeling of wish fulfilled. It's a conviction. It's an acceptance of your true nature. So it's not a question of whether the law works or not. I am the law, as Jesus declared. It's not a question of whether you are manifesting or not. You are always manifesting. You always manifest, creating new experience of reality in every moment. So who and what you're conscious of being is your entire manifested 3D world experience, your assumptions. If you assume it's all a scam, scams are all you'll experience, as that client yesterday described. Right? If you assume it's all love and fulfillment will be all that you experience. And that is his reality now. That's powerful. So it's law, you're in fulfillment. You don't have to try to stay anywhere. Just be still and stand in it. Right? How to stay in the manifesting state of wish fulfilled. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, thank you. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for liking and sharing and commenting on our videos. Thank you for being part of our Facebook group, the Be Something Wonderful Ambassadors at facebook.com/groups/Be Something Wonderful, for joining us on Instagram and Twitter at Tom Kearin, TikTok at Be Something Wonderful, and for being part of our membership channel. We just had our live stream last Sunday. It was powerful. We're still getting comments on that, lovely comments. There'll be more content coming out. If you're a member, check out the live stream if you haven't yet. And if you're not a member, check out the link below. Creators with great love, with great light and infinite gratitude. This is Tom Kearin here in the studios of Be Something Wonderful. Until next time, we'll see you soon.